friends, my name's Channing and I'm from Moms Without Answers, and I'm excited to be doing this show today for Hometalk, the world's largest DIY community for home and garden. Don't forget, while you're watching, I'm going to be watching with you, so comment below so I can answer any of your questions throughout our entire project today. So, let's get started. Today we're going to need some fun holiday floral picks, some holiday ribbon, a cardboard letter, a snow blanket, some floral foam, and a grapevine wreath. You're also going to need a box cutter, some pretty heavy duty wire cutters, some paint, a foam brush, scissors, and a glue gun. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove the top layer of cardboard for our letter, and we're going to use our box cutter to do that. As you can see, you want to go ahead and start your cut, and then you're just going to slowly and gently follow the line as you're cutting. So I am filming from Houston today, and we finally have some cold weather. Well, we say it's cold. It's actually, we think freezing is like in the 60s. So today it's actually in the 40s and we're about dying. So is it cold where you are? Let me know. As you can see, I kind of messed up on this cut, but don't worry about that. We're removing it, so it's not a big deal. We're going to keep cutting. Be careful as you're doing it. Go. We're almost done. Let's see. I'm going to turn it this way. I have an L for my letter, so it's pretty boxy and it's pretty easy to cut. So just be careful when you're cutting those other letters, and don't stress if you get a little off. It's not even going to matter once we remove it and we get everything else moving for our project. See how I left a little too much there? You can just go in and kind of take that off. So we're going to remove the top layer, and as you can see, there's just some small cardboard pieces on the inside, and all of this is going to be tossed aside. So after we do this, we're going to use our floral foam to fill the inside of our letter. So this is the floral foam you're going to use. I already cut mine down. It's a pretty lengthy process, so you can go ahead and do that with a serrated knife. Just make sure you use a cutting board underneath for safety. So mine will go here, and let's see, here and here. So you may have to work it in a little bit, but it's going to fit just perfect. So once I know that it fits perfect, I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue on the bottom and secure it into place. You won't need that much glue, but it just helps to keep it right where you want it. Don't forget to ask me questions below. I'd love to answer any of them for you. Can't believe it's actually the holidays and it's time to start decorating. Have you guys started decorating yet, or is it still too early? I think it's never too early. I'm obsessed with Christmas. My husband had to keep me from putting my Christmas tree up before Halloween. Here we go. So we've got all of our blocks, floral foam in and ready to go. We're going to let that dry for just a second. We're actually going to go ahead and paint the outside of our letter, so when we hang it in a little while, you won't be able to see the cardboard. So I'm going to go with white to go with the theme of the rest of my decor for my wreath. Let's see, a little bit of white craft paint, and I'm just going to use a foam brush. That's the easiest way, and just go ahead and paint that right on. So, I love quick and easy crafts for the holiday that are different from what everybody else has, but don't take up too much of my time. I'm a busy mom, so I need projects that are not going to take me hours, but I definitely want it to be different. I like to change it up every year. Do you? I like to change my theme up just a little bit. I still have my pieces that I love and I use no matter what, but what do you do? Do you use the same decorations every year? Are you more traditional? Here we go. I'm not gonna paint the back of my letter just because you're not gonna see it. So we're just gonna do the front. It's gonna make it a lot easier to maneuver as well. So when I'm moving on, I don't have the back wet. But this, the paint on the cardboard dries pretty fast, so you won't have to sit and wait too long. Here we go. I meant to tell you guys, all of the supplies we got today are actually from Hobby Lobby. So it was really nice to just be able to go in and grab everything I needed, and I was ready to go. So I did get some of the pieces were not in the holiday section, but they are all from Hobby Lobby. Okay. All right, now that we have our letter painted, move this aside here. Okay, so now that our letter is painted, I'll turn it this way so you can see it better. We're gonna use our snow blanket to cover the green floral foam. I just wanna make sure that when we put our floral picks on here that you can't see the green below. So we're gonna go ahead and use our snow blanket. My goodness, let me see if I can find the end of it. Okay, so I'm going to measure. I can feel it here. Let's see. It's heavy duty wire cutters, my goodness. All right, so while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. See it a little better this way. I did double this snow blanket up just because you can still see it a little bit, the green underneath, and I don't want that to happen. So let's see, put this on here. Again, don't worry if everything's not perfect. Our flowers are gonna cover that up just nicely. So I'm gonna tuck this in. Awesome thing about this cardboard is it moves. So you can kind of tuck it in. Getting some of that paint on my fingers. Look at me, I'm a mess. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and keep tucking. Working it along. It is a little tight, but that's good because that means that we're keeping it secure. There we go. Thanks for being patient with me. There we go. Now I got a hang of it. Look, I will never promise to be the cleanest crafter. I will always have paint on my fingers and on my clothes and everything else, but at least I'm having fun, right? Okay, now we'll do this side. Look, I've never been a huge fan of snow blanket, but it is the perfect, like, I think it's an underused crafting tool that is perfect for the winter holidays. You can use it on so many things. There we go. My goodness. Look, I cut my paint brush. I'm telling you guys, I'm a mess. That's okay. Let's see. There we go, finally. Okay, get it out of here. Okay, here we go. So, we're gonna tuck the rest of this in here. This on this side. Oh my goodness, we finally got this part done. I know you all are probably getting after me because I'm getting paint everywhere. Okay, so there we have our L ready to go. I have the foam in there, and then now we've covered it with the snow blanket, and we're gonna go ahead and add our florals, the best part. So first what I did was I went with the white and silver theme, and I'm gonna use the picks. I'm gonna use my wire cutters, and I'm gonna cut right here. It'll let me. Whew, I did it! Okay, I'm gonna use my wire cutters, and for this particular flower, it's gonna go straight down. So the fun thing about this is they're gonna go in they're gonna stick in different ways. So we're just gonna push straight down, and then we can fluff it out. So it'll go straight down into the floral foam, just like I'm telling it to. There we go. And then we can kind of work it out just like that. There we go. So now that we have that there, this is kind of the focal point of our letter. I love that one so much. We're going to use the greenery, and we're going to just stick it in as we go around. Now, because we want this to lay nicely on top of the letter, we're going to go at more of an angle as we're putting it into the foam, the floral foam. So I'm going to cut this one a little lower down so we have more. That one was much easier. And then we're going to go straight at an angle when we're placing it in here. There we go. And you can just, because it's wire, you can go ahead and arrange it. All right. We're going to do another one. Look at me. Okay. Go ahead and cut that one down. Stick it in. It is going to be it is hard sometimes to get it in there, but we know it's secure, so that's awesome. Okay. We're going to do one the other way. Coming in from this direction. There we go. Look how cute it's coming along. Oh my gosh. I love Christmas decorations. They're my favorite. All right, and then we'll put this one in here. Look at that, so cute. All right, and then our last one, I'm going to try to fill up the bottom part of the L a little bit more, give it a little more greenery down here. The fun thing about this is you really can't mess these flowers up, any of your florals, because you can always take it out, rearrange it, figure out what you think is going to work best for yours. So here we go. I'm going to move this one down just a little bit. And then I may even trim the end off of this just because I feel like it's a little long. It'll let me. Well, maybe not. We'll leave it. You could just bend it back. Look at that. Problem solved. Okay, so now we're gonna add some more fun pieces. We have these fun silver balls and then some cream colored balls that we'll add in as well. So we're gonna use our floral wire again, and these also will just stick straight down into the foam wire. But these, you're just gonna poke straight in. Goodness. All right. There we go. Remember, it's important to make sure that you're really getting, I'm gonna do a different one here. That one didn't want to stick. Make sure you're pushing this floral straight down so it'll stay better. Don't forget to ask me any questions below. I would love to answer any of your questions about any holiday decor that you're putting together. Look how fun this is. It's so festive. I think I'm gonna go with more of a wintry theme this year. Last year I did a farmhouse theme, and that is more of my style. I love industrial farmhouse. It is all over my house. But this year, I want to do something a little different, and I think I'm gonna go with some navy. I'm gonna do like a winter wonderland, but add some navy in there. I am so excited to do something a little different. So I also, like I mentioned, I am a mom, and I always want to make sure that I hang on to all those sweet mementos that my kids make. And so I like to do two trees. I have a tree that I have in my dining room, and then one in my living room. And I like to have one tree with all of their sweet, precious ornaments that they make. And then on the other tree, I add all my, my fun decorations. But both trees are equally as important to me. Look how cute these are. I just love this idea. Get in there. There it goes. Do any of y'all do more than one tree? I just started doing it last year, and I think it was the funnest idea. My girls loved it too. They felt like every room they went in, there was some holiday decor, and they loved it. Let's see, get in there. Okay, all right, let's see. I'm gonna add a few more of these, and then we are going to attach our letter to a grapevine wreath. It's gonna be adorable and hang it on the door. So, okay, let's get that in there. You know what, some of these, if they don't want to stick, you don't want to mess with it anymore like I don't want to, you can just hot glue it on in there. Okay, very good. All right, so I forgot to tell you guys that we actually need some pipe cleaners for this project as well. I'm going to hot glue these to the back of our letter, and that's how we will secure it to our grapevine wreath. So I'm going to put the pipe cleaner in 3 spots. One right here. I told y'all I was messy. Look at that. I'm getting hot glue on my fingers. One right here. And one at the bottom. Like I told you guys, I do have a blog. It's called Moms Without Answers. I've been blogging now for 7 years and I absolutely love it. I love doing any type of craft and DIY. I also do a lot of fun recipes. So I'd love for you guys to check me out. You can find me on my blog, Moms Without Answers, or on any social platform that you can possibly think of. So once we have these on here, I'm gonna wrap them around the wreath and twist them underneath. And it will secure it tightly. Can I get it? Let's see. I'll turn it over so you guys can see it better. I just didn't want to smash my pretty flowers, but I can fix them. Okay. So twist, twist, and then you can even tuck it in. Twist these here. And then this one here. There we go. Tuck these in. Make sure it's nice and secure. Right here, I'm going to add a little more hot glue to this one little spot. I want to make sure it stays really good. You know, anytime you're crafting, you always have to go back a little more. That's the fun part, is that you always have an idea, right, of what it's going to look like. And then as you move along in the process, you just make it work. For me, it always ends up better than I originally planned. Here we go. My messy hands. All right, look at this little guy. He got away from us. See, I told you. You always got to go back. He's not feeling it, so I'm going to add some glue to him too. All right. Make him stay. Get him in there. And now we're going to add our ribbon so we can hang this to the front door. All right, so I did go with glitter, of course. And we're going to cut it down to size. I did measure this ahead of time to make sure it was the right length for my door. Go in here, some more hot glue, my best friend. Make sure to be liberal with your hot glue because this is holding your wreath. Attach it here. And then this will nicely go on the door in just a minute. Okay, now that we have that on, now that I see it, I do want to add a little bit more. So I have some more of my florals here and I'm just going to tuck them in. Here we go. Look how fun that is. I'm going to add some of these in here too. These are the ones that wanted to give me trouble, but look at that. I got them this time. And then tuck these in right here. Get them under there. That's why I love these grapevine wreaths. They're so easy just to add to, let's see, come on guy. There we go. And we're ready to go. All right, let's go put this on the door. Come with me. Thank you so much for watching. If you decide to go ahead and make a wreath, be sure to leave a picture. I'd love to see it. And yeah, I can't wait to see you next time. Thanks again.